y'all, welcome back to As Told by Kenya. I want to come on here today and discuss the Tarte brand trip. First and foremost, I had no clue people didn't know what a brand trip was. This brings me back to if you've ever seen on TikTok or social media, someone will drop a piece of information about a celebrity, and I thought it was common knowledge that people knew this thing happened, but you'll get people who are so shocked this happened. They're like, what? When did this happen? Is that what happened in the mid 2000s, or is that what happened in the early 2010s? And I'm sitting here like, was I the only child who was ridiculously obsessed with celebrities? Like, I'm so sorry. I was on the gossip sites. I was on the concrete loops. I was on the Nicole bitchies. I was like, I was always in the mess. I was watching News, like the Daily 10, like I knew stuff that was going on. And so it always shocked me when people just don't know like basic facts about certain. For a thing that just recently blew me was that people didn't know Rooney Mara, the actress, her family owns the Giants and the Steelers. Like that's like base level stuff. That's just like base level stuff about people I don't know. I just know these facts about certain celebrities. So when things come out about celebrities, or like Anne Hathaway's ex-husband being a con artist, it's just like, duh. Like that's just like a thing. That's just a thing that I know. It's just this thing that I know. Macaulay Culkin and Brenda Song being in a relationship. I just know these things. I know these things. So when people are shocked that when they find out that these things have happened, I'm just like, where were you guys? But that's not the point. That's not even what we're here for today. I'm here for today is because you guys didn't know about brand trips. So I was the only one ridiculously obsessed with beauty, the beauty community in the tens. In the tens. I was the only person obsessed with the beauty community. Like, brand trips are like the crux of like gossip YouTube, and y'all know that's where I used to dwell in my head. Like, that was the crux of it. A lot of the mess that happened in like the beauty space, the rise and fall of the beauty community could really lay on the back of the brand trip. The brand trip was where you got all these influencers, makeup influencers from different walks of life coming together and interacting with each other. We used to look at all the Snapchats. We used to look at all the shade. Jeffree Star was messy boots down on the brand trip. Like, it was messy. It was fun. But brand trips, I just thought everyone knew what a fucking brand trip was. We discussed brand trips. We discussed brand trips on my channel. I feel like I am blasting in the past. You guys know I don't cover like influencer like gossip anymore. So this feels like a blast from the past, like talking about this, but I love it. I still have the passion. But no, they like brand trips. Everyone knows what a brand trip is. Well, I guess they didn't, because Tarte decided to lay out the red carpet for the top girls on TikTok and took them on a brand trip to Dubai. I'm going to get the elephant out of the room. Can I get the elephant out of the room? I didn't know Tarte had money. I didn't know Tarte still had money. I did not know Tarte still had money. I put Tarte in that same category. I wouldn't put them with a Becca who is pretty much out of here, but I put Tarte on those brands of yesterday that never really got a footing that would propel them into the next phase of makeup. Like, outside of this beauty community world, they never really got that footing. There's certain brands I feel like have footing outside of internet popularity. I think NARS has that. I think Rare Beauty has that now. There are certain brands that I think don't need the internet to keep on existing. They do well without that. ABH does well with that. Like, they stand on their own. But Tarte wasn't that. I'm sorry. Tarte was not that. Tarte was a brand that 100% needed people talking about it to be popular. The biggest product we got from Tarte was the Tarte Shape Tape. I still think the Tarte Shape Tape is a perfectly good product, but you know, I never bought anything from Tarte other than that. I never bought anything from Tarte other than that. Number one, I'm a dark-skinned girl, and Tarte didn't really give it to us like they should have been giving it to us. And like, the palettes was like, whatever. Like, the palette, I like the packaging on the palette. They had that, like, that sturdy packaging on their palettes, but it just never gave like that. So I'm sorry, in the year 2023, I ain't know Tarte had money. I did not know that Tarte had money, but baby, Tarte got the top girls in the TikTok community together, and they went over to Dubai, and like they didn't just do like regular Dubai. They did like Dubai up. First class trips. The streets are saying they might have seen Beyonce. I don't know. I don't know if that's true. I don't know if that's true. But if they did, whoa, I'm jealous. Whoa, I am jealous. And that has started the discourse all over again about brand trips. Are brand trips morally corrupt? Like, is brand trips just on existing a bad thing? Are brand trips good things? And we're here for this conversation once again. If you watched my last video, I told you how we're once again seeing the conversation about undisclosed ads. TikTok is rampant for undisclosed ads. It used to be YouTube and Instagram that was rampant for undisclosed ads, but they cracked down on that a lot these days. And now TikTok is where all the undisclosed ads go. If you don't know what an undisclosed ad is, some of you said you didn't know what an undisclosed ad was. An undisclosed ad is when someone is washing their dishes on a TikTok. So like those clean with me videos. Someone is washing their dishes in a clean with me video, and they're using a certain product to wash their dishes. And they go, like they put like maybe a caption or something, be like, this really gets my dishes clean. And they're just using up this product. And they're really giving an endorsement for this product. But they don't come out and say like, thank you to this for sponsoring this, or it doesn't say hashtag ad. That's an undisclosed sponsorship, because you as the viewer are thinking to yourself, wow, they really use this product. This is a product that they use. They're willing to put their own money behind it. I'm so sorry. There is a difference between watching someone's content and seeing that they paid for something themselves and knowing that they got something for free. Like it just is, there is just something different about that, and that's something that needs to be disclosed to people who watch your content to know, did you actually put your own money in that? Is this an ad? Was this sent to you? All of that. It's all important. But when someone does that and they just act like it's normal, all of you in the comments go like, what is that? What is that? What is that? What is that? And they start dropping that link. They start dropping that link telling you where to go. That's an undisclosed ad. That's an undisclosed ad. They are getting paid to do that. They got paid to make that content. And you being like, what is that? That's what the brand is getting in return. They're getting you to go buy something. Undisclosed ad. People have been doing it since social media has become a thing. Having a promotion for stuff and not disclosing that is what that is. Anyways, so I say that to say we're now getting back to that. And it's proof that in the social media world, social media hasn't really been around that long. So we really haven't had proof of this, but we always said this. What goes around comes around. The same topics happen over and over and over and over and over again. You're not saying anything new under the sun. Everything you saying, somebody said on Lipstick Alley 15 years ago. You're just not saying anything new under the sun. And that brings us to brand trips. Because of the Tarte brand trip, we have gotten a lot of people discussing, are brand trips good? Are brand trips bad? If you think back to the video I posted on Sunday, I was discussing how a lot of these creators do get people to buy product. With the rise of TikTok, we have seen in record numbers, regular people just inside their bedrooms, getting people to purchase things. We see products sell out just like that. We see makeup flying off the shelves. Brands who no one was even looking at. I think to Kat Von D, whatever the hell Kat Von D's name, that company's name is now, I don't give a fuck. But the first product I really noticed, like took off because of TikTok, was that foundation pomade. Now nobody uses that shit, but that foundation pomade little thingy that like that full coverage thing. No, I never heard of anyone buying a single product from the new vamped up Kat Von D, whatever the hell that is. But the minute it got viral on TikTok, it was sold out everywhere. Same thing with House Lab. Never heard anyone buying anything from House Labs. House Lab foundation selling off the shelves. Makeup by Mario, exactly the same thing. I have heard people buying stuff from by Mario. Makeup by Mario has palettes that people like to buy. I've seen, but that foundation flying off the shelves. And that is 100%. I always tell you guys about those Rare Beauty blushes. I used to have no real issue getting those Rare Beauty blushes when they first came out, the little liquid blushes when they first came out. Now I can't even find them no more. Now they sold out everywhere. They sold out on the website, and it's 100% because of TikTok. Because of TikTok, I had no problem. Now somebody spread the word. Somebody spread the word a couple years ago on TikTok. Oh, yeah, go on TikTok. Now Kenya can't get her stuff. Now Kenya can't get her stuff because y'all want to spread the word. And it's just like we've never really seen that. Even the beauty community at its height wasn't able to do what TikTok is doing when it comes to being able to spin product. There's this phenomenon with TikTok that I really would love for someone else to go study. This way where just because someone is posting a video from their phone, people cling on to it. People trust everything that people say on TikTok. Like, if you say you love a product, people just believe it. If you just say anything, people believe it so much. There's this personal thing that people get from TikTok. Like, they really trust everything they see on TikTok. And it has its, it has its pitfalls, and it has its things that make it great, but people believe anything they see on TikTok. So that's why undisclosed ads are rampant. That's why people are able to get people to buy stuff. And that's why people be on TikTok lying and y'all believe it. Because that's just what... Ignore my skin. I have a chemical peel going on. But I want to let you guys know, I filmed this video before all that stuff happened on TikTok with the fake lashes and the L'Oreal mascara, all of that. I'm doing a video on that at a later time. I filmed this video before any of that happened. Do y'all see how I'm the oracle? Do y'all see how I'm the oracle? Like, listen to everything I be saying and preaching and saying. I told you guys TikTok is fraudulent. I told you guys in this video, which was recorded before the L'Oreal falsies bullshit, I was telling you guys in this video how fraudulent TikTok is. It's so fraudulent. Like, you have people who are putting like brand partnership in the smallest of fonts or only in the hashtags so they don't have to show that this is actually a sponsored video. And like, it's just so TikTok is just rampant and lying and so many people are able to get away with it, and it blows me. But I just wanted to come in here and say, this is not me talking about the L'Oreal and the whole mascara and the fake lashes that happened on TikTok. Look how my skin is peeling. I told you I'm doing a chemical peel right now, so whoa. But no, I already knew, but we'll do a video on that later, okay? Stay tuned. Peace. Talk is back to the brand trip, because that's what we're here for today. So Tarte announces the brand trip, and everyone is just irate. We have the first part, the people who are just unaware of what a brand trip is. Those are the people who are really like loud about it, because I don't think they've ever seen a brand trip before. Like, yes, Tarte really did it up, sending them to Dubai, first class tickets, all that stuff. Yes, they really, really did it up. But like, if you were there during the height of the beauty community on YouTube, you've seen a brand trip before. You've seen a brand trip. The girls were on tropical islands. Dote, is that the name of the brand with Emma Chamberlain, all the little white girls? Dote used to take the girls to Hawaii. Like, the girls have been places, So it's not like I wasn't just like fully impressed because I've seen it before. It is impressive, but especially because I think Tarte is broke. I thought Tarte was broke, but it's not something I haven't seen before. But I think a lot of people, this is their first time really having their ear to the street of what is going on. That's another thing TikTok has really introduced a lot of people to, being in business that, has nothing to do with them, minding other people's business. That's what it has done. And a lot of people are aware of a lot of pop culture things in a way that they wouldn't have been before because of TikTok, because it's so easy to scroll and get information. And so people are seeing this for the first time, and they're just taken aback and they're like clutching their pearls. And I'm sitting here and I'm just like, it's just a brand trip. It's just a brand trip. Like, you're really that upset about a brand trip? Biggest issue when it came to brand trips of yesterday and brand trips of today is that they ain't letting black people in them things. They ain't letting black people in them things. Like, you always got your few black people who are able to go. But the biggest issue when it comes to influencers getting nice things, influencers being rewarded for what they bring to the space, is that black people 100% get kicked out of that. Black people do not get these opportunities. Black people can get a product to sell out, and like the black influencers might get a thank you. They might get a thank you, but when it's time to do promotions, put people in commercials, take people to brand trips, black people are nowhere to be found. They're not given those same things that other people are given for being good at their job. And I think that's always been my biggest issue with brand trips. Who's allowed to go on these brand trips? Who do you want to be the face of your company? Because that's what it really boils down to. A lot of these brands don't take black people on these trips, or don't give black people things and don't want black people promoting their stuff because they don't want black people to be the face of their company. That's not what they want. That's not, even though it can be black influencers who allow for something to be popular, allow for something to sell out, they still don't want you to be the face of their product. They do not. And so that's where you see a lot of times white influencers are the first one to get an opportunity. I do want to caveat the word opportunity, because a big part of this conversation that is also missing from the people who are outraged about this brand trip is, let's be clear, Tarte needs them more than they need Tarte. Tarte is off. Like, if you could be on and you could be off, Tarte is off. Tarte is off. There are a lot of makeup brands doing really well these days, and Tarte ain't one of them. Tarte needs these people to talk about their products. So when you say, like, given this opportunity and why do they get to go do this, and oh my gosh, this is such haves and have-nots, and all the think pieces about why this is bad. Let's be clear. Tarte is not doing this out of the kindness of their heart. Tarte is not doing this because they just want to thank, the TikToker who is just putting in the good hours and doing the good work. That is not what Tarte is doing. Tarte is doing this because this is the first time I've ever fucking said Tarte in the past 5 years. I have not thought about Tarte since I ran out of that Shape Tape I bought in 2018. Like, I have not thought about Tarte. And Tarte is doing this to get their names in your mouth. You doing the think pieces is exactly what Tarte wants you to do. Tarte is at this place where anyone talking about them is better than no one talking about them. You have brands like Fenty, Rare, NARS, and a few others where, like, they don't want bad press because they're doing good without it. Like, they don't need to pull stunts in order to get people to talk about them. People are talking about them. But you got brands like Tarte on the other side where it's like they could use a stunt or two. They could use a stunt or two to start pulling some sales. And that's what Tarte did it for. Because they knew you were going to talk about them. And another thing why I caveat the word opportunity is because also the girlies, they're working on these trips. This is not just go to Dubai, lounge by the pool, sit in the hotel, do a little shopping. Like, they're working. And that goes down to a big thing of a lot of people disregarding what beauty YouTubers, beauty and makeup influencers, TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube alike, what they do for a living. Like, I had my beef with the girls back in the day, but let's not act like they're not actually doing a job. I ain't say they was laying bricks. And digging graves. Like, no one said the work was hard work, but it is work. And when they go on these brand trips, there are things that you are expected to do on these brand trips. There are post quotas and all types of stuff. And I don't know any information specifically about the Tarte brand trip. So I'm not talking specifically about Tarte, but I have a feeling we're going to see more and more brand trips come up. So like, no, this is not specific about Tarte. I don't know what the girls had to do on the Tarte brand trip, but in the past, that is what a brand trip was. You had the reason why we was dissecting the Snapchats and who was beefing with who and who was talking with who, because you had to post. You had to post a little goodie bag that the company left on your bed in the hotel room. You had to post the new products that they wanted you to sponsor. You had to post on Instagram this many times. You had to make a YouTube video about how the trip went. You had to do a lot of stuff, and that was work. And see, TikTok money is funny money. TikTok money is funny money because you can be big on TikTok and not be making no money. So TikTok money is a kind of funny money over there. But I'm assuming most of the girls that I've seen went on the Tarte trip, like they look like they living well. They could go to Dubai themselves. They could go to Dubai themselves. They could go to Dubai themselves. So like, it's not necessary like, oh my God, yes, I'm going to Dubai like this. Like, they could go to Dubai on their own, but it still is a good opportunity. Hey, if someone offered me a free trip to Dubai, yes, I could go to Dubai by myself, but I'm not. So if someone wants to offer me a free trip to Dubai, I'm going to on a free trip to Dubai. So I'm not trying to say like they're not thankful for or this isn't a big opportunity. What I'm saying is they're still doing work. They're still doing work. So I also want to be careful with the word opportunity because Tarte is getting too much out of this for this to just be all on the influencer. And also, they're still doing work on these. That brings me to another thing. I don't know the Tarte information. I do not know what the guidelines were to get on the Tarte trip, but you also get paid to go on these trips. That's what was in the past. Many of the brand trips were not like you just go on vacation and that's it. No, you got paid to also go on the brand trip. So it's a cool gig. But the reason why you're getting paid to also go on the brand trip is because you're doing work. You're doing work the entire time. And just getting on a plane and going over to Dubai is not going to get a lot of these girls who already have money out of it. Would get me out of my seat, but these girls, it wouldn't get them out of their seats to go do that. Like, you're going to have to pay me something because everyone involved knows that this is, and it's an exchange. We're exchanging something. I have influence. I have followers. Therefore, I have power. You have product that you want to push. So you are going to have to pay me and show me why it's your product I should be pushing. You know? So I do want that information to be very clear that the influencers are doing a job. They are doing a job. This is not 100% kick your feet up, sit back, and relax. So how should we feel? How do we feel about brand trips coming back? I do think also some of the critiques about brand trip is 100% comes from a place of like, if they got it, why can't I get it? Because TikTok is this land of opportunity. TikTok is this land of opportunity, and at the base level, it seems that all you have to do is pick up your camera and you could be popular. But there's also other things that play into that. Being black, desirability, beauty politics, all of that stuff plays into it. And so like, no, you can't really just pick up your camera and be popular and go to Dubai on Tarte's dime because, you know, there are things always going to be in the way of someone being successful, right? So there's all things at play, and I do see every single side of it when it comes to brand trips. But I said, I've had this conversation before, why brand trips is just a really sticky subject, you know, because it brings on the next thing, which was the fall, which was a big issue that caused the fall of the beauty community on YouTube, is that when money starts to be pumped into something, you know, people's credibility starts to get shot, right? If you follow a makeup girl and you expect that makeup girl to give you the real and true, who's to say she's not biased by this person sending this person sending you there, this person doing this? Like I said, that was a big issue why the YouTube space changed, because it got real fraudulent around here. It got real fraudulent, real nasty around here. And so I could 100% see that same exact thing coming from TikTok. So I 100% do hear the people who are like, I don't want what happened on TikTok, what happened on YouTube to happen on TikTok. So I see all sides of it. But you do got the people, like I said before, who would just, Kenya is lead hater. I'm lead hater. Y'all know I'll come on here and be like, whoa, should have been me. Should have been me. You know that meme of the person being like, I don't care if something good happened to you, it should have happened to me instead. Like, so y'all know I don't got no problem with anybody being a hater, but I do think some of the girls need to admit that that's exactly what they're doing. Like, it shouldn't be you, it should have been me. Like, ooh, I can beat a face. Like, send me to Dubai. And like, you do have those people. I think in the end, I don't think there's any reason to be upset with the influencer until there's something to be upset with the influencer about. So if you do start seeing undisclosed ads, if you do start seeing the influencer moving shiesty, if you do start seeing the influencer post nothing but sponsored content, if you do start seeing the influencer lying about products, if those things do happen, then be upset at the influencer. But right now, I don't think there's any reason to actually be upset at the influencer right now. Tarte is messy. Tarte is messy boots down. Like, Tarte knows exactly what Tarte is doing. Tarte knew y'all were going to talk about them. Tarte knew that this was going to get the girls talking. And it showed Tarte is desperate. Tarte is desperate. Tarte wants somebody to buy them goddamn products so damn bad. I was just in Sephora and I don't even think I saw a Tarte section. I remember back in the day when I used to go in Sephora or Ulta, Tarte really was stocked down. Maybe it was Ulta Tarte was in. I don't know. Tarte used to have big sections in wherever store they was at. But baby, I was in Sephora the other day and didn't even see Tarte. So like, and then when I go into Ulta, I don't see Tarte either. So I know they in there somewhere, but like shit. I don't know what to tell you on that one. So that's my thought on brand trips. I don't know. I'm in the middle. I don't think the influencers deserve to be jumped. Y'all can jump Tarte. Like, Tarte ain't never gave a damn about me, so y'all can jump Tarte. And Tarte is being messy. Tarte wants you to talk about them. And, like, that's where we're back at. We're back at a lot of desperate brands, seeing that other brands can be talked about. And so they're wondering why they're not talked about, because you cannot not take notice of what Selena Gomez is doing with Rare Beauty. Baby, it's to the point where if I see a Rare Beauty product, I buy it just because I know it's probably going to be good and going to be sold out by the time the other girls catch on. So I buy it. Like, you cannot understate what Rare Beauty is doing right now. And a lot of girls want their juice. They want that Mario makeup foundation juice. They want that House Lab foundation juice. They want that Fenty body butter juice. You know, products that just like, whoa. You know, everybody wants it. So some of the girls are more desperate than others. Anyways, that's it for me. This was good. This was blast from the past. Kenya talking about the influencer girlies. We might have to bring this back. I will see you guys in the next one.